Hello all. Now I am going to discuss about convolution property or convolution theorem. So here the statement of the convolution property is convolution of two signals in time domain is equal to the multiplication of their spectra in frequency domain. That is x1 of t and x2 of t. We have to consider the two signals in time domain and their Fourier transforms are nothing but x1 of omega and x2 of omega. If we multiply the two signals in time domain, that is x1 of t, uh, we have to convolve the two signals x1 of t and x2 of t. That is convolution of two signals in time domain is equal to the multiplication of two signals in frequency domain. Okay. So here x1 of t, Fourier transform is x1 of omega. Fourier transform of x2 of t is nothing but x2 of omega. So x1 of t, this is a symbol of convolution. X1 of t convolved with x2 of t. After doing the Fourier transform of this convolution of two signals, we'll get the signals in frequency domain and the result is multiplication x1 of omega into x2 of omega. Okay. So here, first of all, we have to write the convolution property, convolution of two signals formula, mathematical representation, convolution of two signals x1 of t and x2 of t is x1 of t convolution with x2 of t is equals to integration over the limits minus infinity to infinity x1 of tau and x2 of t minus tau d tau. So now we have to do the Fourier transform for the convolution of two signals. So Fourier transform of x1 of t convolution with x2 of t. So we have to write the general formula of Fourier transform. So here the formula I am applying, that is integration over the limits minus infinity to infinity x1 of tau x2 of t minus tau d tau into e power minus j omega t dt. Generally, what is the formula of Fourier transform? Fourier transform of x of t is nothing but x of omega is equal to minus infinity to infinity integration x of t into e power minus j omega t into dt. Okay. So here it is nothing but Fourier transform of x of t. Whatever we are having here, we'll write it. And that is nothing but x of omega. Okay. Now, what we have to do? We have to consider the convolution of two signals. So, place of x of t, we have to consider x1 of t convolved with x2 of t. Okay. So, the same x1 of t convolved with x2 of t. What is x1 of t convolved with x2 of t? General formula x1 of tau into x2 of t minus tau d tau integration. So, f of Fourier transform of, just by comparing these two equations. So this is a expression Fourier transform of x1 of t convolved with x2 of t. Just here we have to write x1 of t convolved with x2 of t, but general formula for the x1 of t convolved with x2 of t is nothing but integration over the limits x1 of tau x2 of t minus tau d tau. Okay. Now from this expression we are going to derive interchanging the order of integration. Just I am writing these equations as minus infinity to infinity x1 of tau. x1 of tau I am bringing outside. Next minus infinity to infinity x2 of t minus tau into e power minus j omega t dt into d tau. Okay. Now I am considering t minus tau is equals to another variable p. So from here t is equals to p plus tau and dt is equals to dp. If we are doing the differentiation with respect to t, okay, tau is nothing but here a constant, so it will be equal to 0. So dt is equals to dp. I am substituting these in this equation or this equation. Okay, so here Fourier transform of x1 of t convolved with x2 of t is equals to integration minus infinity to infinity x1 of tau integration minus infinity to infinity t minus tau is nothing but p x2 of p into e power minus j omega small t is nothing but p plus tau into dt is nothing but dp into d tau. Okay, now integration minus infinity to infinity x1 of tau into what is this integration over minus infinity to infinity x2 of p. Okay, here it is integration minus infinity to infinity x2 of p into e power minus j omega p dp into e power minus j omega tau d tau. Okay, so this can be written as minus infinity to infinity x1 of tau into, so this is a formula, generally it is minus integration minus infinity to infinity x2 of t into e power minus j omega t dt. This is nothing but Fourier transform of x of t, and that can be written as x of omega. Okay, so directly I am writing it as x2 of omega because we are having the suffix here 2. So x2 of omega into e power minus j omega tau d tau, and here again, so this is x2 of omega and minus infinity to infinity x1 of tau e power minus j omega tau d tau. Okay, we can change the variable tau to small t, x1 of t into e power minus j omega t dt. This is nothing but Fourier transform. Okay, so x2 of omega into x1 of omega. So what we are having on the left side, Fourier transform of x1 of t convolution of x2 of t. Okay, so here x1 of t convolution with x2 of t on Fourier transform, what we got, x1 of omega into x2 of omega. So this is nothing but convolution in time domain is equal to multiplication in frequency domain, and the same can be explained, that is what will happen if I take the convolution in frequency domain. Okay, till now we have discussed convolution in time domain. Now I am going to take another property, that is convolution in frequency domain. Okay, that is nothing but multiplication property, multiplication property or theorem, multiplication property or multiplication theorem, or we can say that convolution in frequency domain. So whatever it is, multiplication in one domain is automatically equal to the convolution in another domain. Okay, so that will be proved now, but there is a small difference, we'll see here. So here multiplication property states that, it states that the multiplication of two functions, the multiplication of two functions in time domain, in time domain is equivalent to the, is equivalent to the convolution of their spectra their spectra in the frequency domain, and this is called frequency convolution theorem. Okay, I will write here, it is also called as frequency convolution theorem, another name. Okay, so mathematically it can be represented as x1 of t Fourier transform x1 of omega x2 of t on its Fourier transform will get x2 of omega. So multiplication of x1 of t and x2 of t and Fourier transform, we will get 1 by 2 pi times of x1 of omega convolved with the x2 of omega. So now I am going to do the proof. Okay, so here Fourier transform of x of t is nothing but x of omega. General formula I am writing, integration over the limits minus infinity to infinity x of t e power minus j omega t dt. Now f inverse of x of omega is nothing but x of t. Just I am writing the Fourier transform pair formulas, x of omega into e power j omega t d omega. Okay, so now Fourier transform of x1 of t into x2 of t. So generally we will write x1 of t into x2 of t in a place of x of t into e power minus j omega t dt. General formula. Okay, like this. Okay, here I am having x of t, that is Fourier transform of x of t, x of t. Here Fourier transform of x1 of t into x2 of t. So instead of x of t, we'll write x1 of t into x2 of t. Okay, so integration minus infinity to infinity. What is x1 of t? Okay, one of that is Fourier transform pair formula. X of t can be written as 1 by 2 pi integration minus infinity to infinity x1 of lambda e power j lambda t into d lambda. So here instead of this omega I have considered the another variable lambda. Okay, so x1 of t means this is the formula I have written, and next I am having x2 of t into e power minus j omega t dt. So here interchanging the order of integration, I'll get Fourier transform of x1 of t into x2 of t is equal to 1 by 2 pi integration minus infinity to infinity x1 of lambda integration minus infinity to infinity x2 of t e power j lambda t e power minus j omega t dt into d lambda. Just I have written above the same equation, but instead of writing this 1 by 2 pi and this x1 of lambda inside the integrations, I have taken outside of these integrations. Okay, and what is this? This can be written as 1 by 2 pi integration minus infinity to infinity x1 of lambda into integration minus infinity to infinity x2 of t into, here we can take out j into t common. Okay, if I take j as a common, or I can take minus j common, so I'll get omega minus lambda into t into dt into t lambda. Now 1 by 2 pi integration minus infinity to infinity, this is x1 of lambda, and what is this? This is nothing but x2 of t into e power minus j omega t dt. So this can be written as x2 of omega minus lambda into d lambda, right? So how I got this equation? See here, Fourier transform of x of t is nothing but x of omega, right? And general formula is x of t into e power minus j omega t dt. Okay, so here if I am having x of t, here we will write x of t. If I am having x1 of t into x2 of t, we'll write x1 of t into x2 of t. If I am having omega, I'll write omega. If I am having here omega minus lambda, means here also omega minus lambda. Okay, the same thing I have considered here. E power minus j into, instead of omega, I am having omega minus lambda. That's why instead of x of omega, I have considered x of omega minus lambda. And the suffix is like this. Whatever the suffix we are having, the same suffix we have to consider. Okay. So now Fourier transform of x1 of t into x2 of t is equals to 1 by 2 pi into, and what is this one? X1 of lambda into x2 of omega minus lambda d lambda. This is nothing but convolution formula. In the starting we have considered the convolution formula. What is the convolution formula? X1 of t convolved with x2 of t is nothing but x1 of tau into x2 of t minus tau d tau. There we have considered tau as a variable. Here we are having lambda as a variable. Whatever the variable, there is no need to consider, or there is no need to concentrate on the type of variables we are having. But means there are those are not variables. Tau, lambda, those are constants only. Okay, there is no need to concentrate on those constants. So this is nothing but convolution formula. Convolution between two signals, x1 of t and x2 of t, or x1 of omega and x2 of omega. So x1 of omega convolved with x2 of omega. So this is the final formula. Okay, so finally I want to discuss a note point. X1 of t into x2 of t, on their Fourier transform, what we got? 1 by 2 pi x1 of omega convolved with x2 of omega. Next I am bringing this 2 pi this side. 2 pi into x1 of t into x2 of t is nothing but x1 of omega convolved with x2 of omega. Next x1 of t into x2 of t, and therefore Fourier transform in terms of frequency, I'll get x1 of f convolved with x2 of f. Okay, because omega is nothing but 2 pi f, and this 2 pi and this 2 pi will get cancelled. So in terms of frequencies, multiplication in time domain is nothing but convolution in frequency domain. But instead of omega, if we consider, we'll have extra 2 pi term. Okay, thank you.